Guys, it's that time once again. Lost Origins is right around the corner, just a couple weeks away. Many people are already opening the set, and we have a full set list out. So it's time to do my top 10 favorite cards from Lost Origins. Just a reminder that this is a list of cards that are just my personal favorite based on their aesthetic, their artwork, not based on what I think is going to be investable, just the ones that I like the most. Let's jump right into number 10. My number 10 card in the set is this Rotom Alternate Art from Nishida. Nishida is an amazing Pokemon artist that illustrated my favorite Arcanine card, the Light Arcanine from the Neo sets. Absolutely beautiful. And in this card, I think they capture Rotom and what Rotom is absolutely perfectly. The way that I see it, Rotom is in like a garage full of electrical appliances, picking out which one that it's going to hop into next to power up and make it super energized. I love this. I love the detail here. Kind of similar with the Charizard in this set. It's like putting Pokemon into their natural environments that you could see in the real world, like the Gardevoir with the doctor, or Charizard hanging with Leon on the couch watching a movie. Like, that type of stuff is really cool. I really like that these alternate arts have brought that kind of forward, and these Pokemon are being placed in the settings in which they would naturally thrive. My number 9 is this crazy Orbeetle VMAX card. Absolutely love the whole mothership vibe, sucking people and things and animals up with this tractor beam, hopefully to not get probed by aliens inside of it. I just think it's really cool. I love that Bugsy is being sucked up. I love, you can see the Miltank has that, you know, obviously Miltank is a cow, so all those movies that we've seen with like cows and trees and stuff being pulled up into the alien mothership. I just think it's got a really good vibe to it. There's a lot of detail here as well, and I just think it's a really nicely illustrated artwork. Number 8, we've got the big boy Snorlax. So obviously, Snorlax is eating. If he's not sleeping, he's eating. He eats, sleeps, gets in the way. Some of the details I really like in this is that obviously he was sat on a bench, it looks like, and he's broken it. So that's a really fun little detail. I just love the look on the guy's face that he's eating with, like, yeah, I guess. Like, that's just what it's gonna be. It's just Snorlax. I just think this card is amazing. It's Snorlax. It's Hamado, I think is what his name is, from, or Kamado, one of the two, from the video game. I just really like this. It's so funny. It's so funny. It's almost like Kamado or Hamado or whatever his name is. He sent Snorlax out to sit on the bench, and immediately he just snaps the bench, and then the guy's just like, okay, whatever, it's Snorlax. Number 7 is another card with an insane amount of detail. It is the Gengar artwork from the trainer gallery. I love this. If for some reason, when this card artwork first came out in Japanese, everyone thought that the girl in the bottom right was smoking weed. She's clearly not smoking weed. She's blowing on the fire to keep it lit, to cook the weird stew that they are putting together with all these fruits and vegetables. There's so much detail here. You have 3 different trainers doing different things, and there's a story being drawn into this illustration. Now, one thing you could say, and why it kind of drops to 7, is Gengar's just kind of sitting there. Like, he doesn't really seem to be involved in much of the story that's happening. Most of the story seems to be happening with the actual characters in the trainer gallery, and Gengar's just kind of chilling. I would have liked to see Gengar more incorporated into what they are doing, but Gengar is Gengar. He's awesome. He's sitting there with his angry blank stare sort of vibe, and it's just a great artwork. So I really like this one a lot. All right, so we did a top 10 of VMAX Climax, and this was pretty high up on the list for me and for Chris, I believe. And this is Charizard and Leon. Charizard, one of my favorite Pokemon. Love seeing him just chilling on the couch with Leon. Has that vibe of like, what would Pokemon be doing in real life when they're not battling, when you're not adventuring, when you're just chilling out at home, sitting on the couch watching a movie. You totally would be watching that movie with your Pokemon. So this is really cool. I love the playful vibes. There's definitely a story being told once again through the artwork. Leon is a pretty interesting trainer. He wasn't my favorite from Gen 8. He was a pretty fun trainer, and obviously I just love this relationship between him and his Charizard. And I want to know what movie they're watching. Number 5 is this Eternatus VMAX artwork with Rose from the trainer gallery. This is an Arita artwork, of course. It's amazing. So there's certain things from this artwork that I didn't even know about Eternatus, but this artwork brought it forward for me. I didn't know that Eternatus had eyes at the end of his kind of hand-like thing. I'm not a huge fan of Eternatus because he just looks like a bunch of geometric shapes, but this kind of gives me more of a vibe of like, okay, where's his face? Where are his eyes? Where's his mouth? Stuff like that. It's also an insane amount of power coming through with Rose, because obviously at the end of the game, Rose brings Eternatus forward and you have to do a battle. And Rose kind of being that bad guy, that chairman throughout the game. He has the very sinister vibe in this artwork. He obviously, you can tell that Eternatus is extremely powerful, and a lot of that power is brought forward into Rose with just the way that this artwork is composed. I really like it a lot. Arita killing it once again. Number 4 may be one of the cutest Pikachu artworks of all time. There are so many different ones, but this one is just insanely adorable. You got Pikachu and you got the trainer, and they are sleeping together in the middle of the forest, in the middle of their journey. They're probably dreaming, but I love the fact that she's hugging Pikachu and Pikachu's got his foot like on her face, like trying to keep their distance together. And if you guys didn't see it, I didn't see it when I first looked at this because it blends in so well. But if you look at the highlight between Pikachu and the trainer, between their heads, it's a little heart in the highlight of the leaves, of the shadows coming down. I love this Pikachu artwork so much. It's so good. In terms of cuteness, this one is absolutely adorable. I love it. Number 3 is that other artwork that I liked a little bit better than the last one, and it's more because it's just straight up badass. Like, Gunjima absolutely destroyed this Pikachu VMAX artwork. I love that red is in the foreground. It's almost like that Eternatus Rose, where there's just so much power being exuded through the pose that they have, and the camera angle kind of pointing upward from the ground. You get to see all of Pikachu, but you also get to see Red there ready to battle. Absolutely badass. Love this artwork so much. I really feel like this is going to be one of the chases of the set, if not the chase of the set. And there's only a couple other artworks that I think are more impressive than this one. This one is so amazing. I've never been a big proponent of the VMAX. I do like seeing chunky Pikachu, obviously. VMAX wasn't my favorite thing. You know, I think Megas are way better than VMAX, but this artwork has so much going for it. It's so badass. I cannot wait to see it when I pull it. Of course, when I pull it in a couple weeks. Number 2 and number 1 are so difficult to choose between, but I think that I figured it out. I think I figured out why number 2 is number 2, why number 1 is number 1. For a long time, it was flipped, but I think I came to a conclusion in which I had to flip them. There's just one thing that really made the number 1 card the number 1 card. Here we go. The number 2 card is the Giratina Alternate Art. You're probably thinking, how in the world could this be number 2? You're also probably thinking you know what number 1 is, which you probably do. But the thing that makes this number 2, this is amazing. The amount of time, the amount of work, the amount of effort going into all the detail on this card is insane to me. It's insane. It's so beautiful. I'm sure it looks even more beautiful in person. Kanda did an amazing job. The only problem is I feel like the background doesn't necessarily give me a story to go along with the Pokemon. It doesn't seem to really have any rhyme or reason to its setting, and maybe it's something that I don't fully understand about Giratina, but when I look at the background, I look at how intricate it is, I look at all the details, but I can't really make sense of anything actually happening in the background. It's just kind of like a patterned background, which is still cool, but it doesn't really tell a story. So while I do love this card, and it's the number 2 card in this set, I really want to pull this card. I think it's gorgeous. It just can't be number 1 for me. And that means, guys, that the number 1 card that I've chosen for this set is the Aerodactyl Alternate Art. The thing that the Aerodactyl Alternate Art does that, in my opinion, the Giratina doesn't, is it gives it that story. There's a background, there's a Jurassic Park feel. All the dinosaur Pokemon are in this artwork. You've got the sea turtles, you've got some fossil Pokemon, you've got Bastiodon, you've got Cranidos, you've got all of the Pokemon that are based off of dinosaurs, and it just fits so well. And then you have Aerodactyl commanding the skies, and you've got the volcano in the background about to wipe them all out to start the next era of man or whatever, of evolution. It tells a great story. The background is just full of other Pokemon, and I just think it does a better job in that way. Thank you guys so much for coming by. Make sure to let me know in the comments below what your favorite card in the set is. Which one are you most excited to pull? Good luck in that endeavor, and we will see you on the next video.